like and subscribe. Veterinarians of Reddit, what is something most pet owners can do to make their pets' lives better? I'm a veterinarian. I'd like to see people focus, not just on quantity, but quality of their pet's life. The best thing you can do for that is just incorporate them into your life as much as possible. Pay attention to them. Love them. Lots of walks. Lots of games. You'd be surprised what they can learn. Play hide and go seek. Play fetch. Sit beside them when you watch TV, pet them. Train and socialize them early and well, so you won't avoid them, because they are not well behaved. We're all so busy, it's so easy to make them an afterthought. You are their whole world, and unless you live on a big farm, where they run free, you are their only outlet for activity and happiness. They get bored fast, just like we do. They can't wait for you to get home. They've missed you. Take them for a walk. Do a fun training, or agility class with them if you'd like. For health, the biggest things are 1. Exercise. 2. Pay attention to what can be dangerous/toxic for them and avoid it. Head stuck in potato chip bags is one people miss lately, and keep your drugs out of their reach. They're small and more easily affected. 3. Brush their teeth. Enjoy your pets. They love you. Removing a mass when it is small is faster, less an aesthetic risk, less invasive, less painful, less expensive, and has a better chance of curing cancer should the mass turn out to be cancerous. This is even more pressing on delicate areas like eyelids and feet, where there may not be a lot of extra tissue to work with should a large lump need to be removed. Cartrophen/pentazim/Zydax injections are relatively cheap, and can keep your pet comfortable by not only helping to prevent future arthritis, but by helping to ease any that is already present. Dental disease is serious. Pets will continue to eat even with their teeth forming abscesses. The infection can spread through their body, including to their heart. Removing rotten teeth is the kindest thing you can do for your pets as they age, especially if you have been proactive in preventing periodontal disease. They can still eat even with full mouth extractions, and will be much happier. People often tell me how their pet seems younger again after their rotten teeth are extracted. Edit, to add, regular checkups are very important. At least annually. People often come in saying my dog is so healthy he has not been to a vet in a year. So after looking at the dog I can usually find a few major issues that should have been addressed years ago. Not let them get overweight. Get their nails trimmed regularly. Licensed vet tech. Vet ear. Here's my best advice, condensed. 1. Thin pets live longer than fat pets. Google a BCS chart, and make sure your pet has a visible waist and palpable ribs. No crash diets. 2. Dental disease is way more serious than you think. Get the scale and polish. If we have to extract teeth, and believe me, we would prefer not to, they will still be able to eat. 3. Get your pet a series of Cartrophen, or Zydax, or Pentazim polysulfate injections when they turn 8. They help slow down the progression of arthritis, and are safe and cost-effective. 4. If your cat is stressed at the vet, take home some gabapentin to put on her food before her next visit. She will be safe, happy, and calm, and the vet will be able to examine her more thoroughly. 5. No water is toxic for your pet. Definitely do not have litters in the house, if you have a cat. 6. Discuss finances. Your vet wants what is best for your pet, and is obligated to recommend all your best options. But if you tell us what you can afford, we can usually come up with a reasonable plan. 7. You deserve a vet you trust. If you do not trust yours, find one that you do. 8. Put your 24-hour vet's address into your Google Maps/GPS favorites, so you do not have to find it in an emergency. 9. High quality kibble is fine, unless your vet tells you otherwise. Do not feed a dog a grain-free diet, unless your vet tells you to, like for analogy. 10. You can almost definitely give your cat a pill. Ask us for tricks. 11. Be nice. We are human, and we all care intensely. Even if we hate you, we probably love your pet. I think the best thing you can do for your new pet, especially a puppy or kitten, is handle it a lot when they're young. Getting them used to having their feet handled, nails trimmed, mouth opened, even extra benefit if you get them used to teeth brushing daily, gold standard for at-home dental care, ears touched, particularly breeds prone to ear infections. Huge benefit in the future if you have to administer topical ear medication, a vertical bar restraint is also a big thing. I always tell my clients to practice restraint with their animals. That wriggly puppy that is cute when it nips, when you hold it still grows up into a large dog that cannot be safely examined because it has not learned to be okay with restraint. Rather than just getting them a bunch of toys and hoping that keeps them entertained, just sit on the floor and actually interact with them for a bit. Establishes a connection and is cheaper than a bunch of fancy products that you toss to them and hope they are enthralled. Read up on the food you buy for your pets. You might actually be spending more money for tier quality food. Actually play with them. If it's inside or outside, play with them. Note, I'm not a vet, I just love animals. For small pets, stop shoving them in tiny cages and then forgetting about them. Most pet store cages are incredibly tiny compared to the bare minimum the specific animals need. Do your homework and make sure you are getting something large enough. And for pets that you can, let them out. Guinea pigs, rabbits, some birds, they want to be let out and love the extra space. Just do it safely. Again, do your homework to make sure you create a safe space for your pet to play. This I know it about quality of life, but quality at end of life, make sure you are with your pet when they are put down. Chances are it is at a vet clinic the scariest place for the pet and people leave the room because they just cannot bear to watch. What a sad way for your pet's life to end. Some vets will come to your home to euthanize your pet. Visit your pets when they are sick and staying in the veterinary clinic overnight. Obligatory, not a vet disclaimer. When my cat was sick I'd visit him at the vet every day and bring an old towel so he would have something soft to cuddle that smelled like home. After a few days the staff mentioned a lot of people don't do that. The animals think they are being abandoned and they get depressed. They don't understand why they're here. 20 minutes of mama time lets them know they are still loved. Edit. 2 excellent points came up in comments. Visiting makes some animals more agitated, so ask your vet whether this is right for your pet, and COVID restrictions may rule out visitation in your area. Regarding the latter I'll make one comment. Scents mean a great deal more to cats and dogs than we humans usually appreciate. If you can't visit your pet, ask whether it's okay to drop off a pet blanket. To us it's a small gesture, to the animal it's the comforting scent of home. Their sense of smell is so good they can tell how long ago you touched it. Even when you can't see them in person, that delivers the message you love them. My cat was badly injured and had to go to the vet overnight at the same time I had to go out of town. Couldn't get back for like 3 days. When I got back, the technicians were all very worried. He stopped eating. With cats, that's a very bad sign. I had them take me back to where he was, and there he was all lethargic, with his head down on his paws. He looked to be in a bad way. When he saw me, he lifted his head and let out the longest meow you've ever heard a cat make. I took him out of the cage, and he was just meowing and meowing, and rubbing his head against my chin. I was saying things like, "What's the matter, buddy? Did you think I'd moved away and left you behind?" And he kept just meowing and rubbing his head against my chin. He was fine after that. I really like your idea of visiting regularly and of bringing something from home. The line I read once about this that really stuck with me was, "You might have a lot of friends, but your pet only has you." I think of that every time my asshole cat me off, or is howling, or has torn something up, or eaten something he shouldn't have. If he can't trust that I'll still be his bud, he's lost everything, and what kind of life is that? Another quote that's always stuck with me is, "To you they're only a short part of your life, but to them, you're their whole life." We had a lab named Pebbles who was about 2 when my younger sister was born. She immediately connected with my sister, and ended up being her dog, despite previously being attached to our mom. There was a large gap, 15 plus years, between me and the younger sister, and I would play with her, but was usually at school or work during the day. My sister ended up teaching her how to play hide and seek, her favorite game as a little one. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. Pets can do way more than people think, if you spend the time with them. Just an anecdote, but I handled my cat a lot as a kitten and now she lets me pick her up and carry her around, rub her belly, touch her paws, cut her nails without freaking out etc. Another quote that's always stuck with me is, to you they're only a short part of your life, but to them, you're their whole life. My dog is at the end stage of her life and we are at the point where we now just need to make the decision on when we go through with putting her down. This hits home so damn much right now. I broke down in the middle of typing this, and is why I'm trying to spend as much time as possible with her while I still can. Not just for my benefit, but for her as well. I want to give her the best possible last few days/weeks as I can. With our old dog it came out of nowhere, and the one thing I regret was not spending as much time with her as possible in the last year or so of her life due to school and work. I'm determined to not make that mistake with this one.